slap together slabs of red clay until I've got just enough coverage before coming back with a knife, tweezers, and my fingers to pull, tear, and rip lots of pulls, tears, and rips into the jacket. Some more flat, wormy dealies of white clay will be the trim around the jacket, then I can continue ripping and tearing until it looks extra worn and weathered. Finally, a vuvuzela of red clay smooshed down at the top of his head, then wrapped in a thick layer of white trim will be his hat, then I can add a little white ball and fold it down. Then it's into the oven for a final bake before adding the rest of the details with paint. I'll go back over his entire jacket with a slightly more Christmassy red base coat before tickling the tips of all the edges with a light red dry brushing, followed by a more aggressive edge highlighting with white. I'll dirty up his teeth and bones with a sepia wash, then paint his face with a little glue so that I can attach his big bushy white beard.
The beard.
Finally, his coat is looking a little too clean, so I'll use some more of that blood red wash to add lots of splatters and stains. Then I'll give his body bag the same treatment as the rest of his outfit with a red base coat followed by a lighter dry brushing and some white highlights. Then the exposed limbs will get a bit of shading so they're a little less one-tone before I give everything a nice once-over with some more red wash. A bit of CA glue will attach my hand and bag to my body, and I'm ready to make a little snowy base. It makes for pretty darn good model snow. All I've done is layered it on extra thick like icing on an MDF cake, then press Santa into place so that I can start to build up the snow around the bag until it looks like it's being dragged along. Using the stick, I'll add some drag marks behind Santa as well as build up the displaced snow to the sides. Now to smooth it all out and make it look a little less raggedy, I'll give it a quick misting of water before using a dropper to drip some drops of extra thin wash to make the bloody streaks behind the bag. Finally, using a little brush, I'll drag the drop drips to give a little movement to the snow as well as add some drag marks behind the left foot. Last but not least, I added a bit of snow around Santa's boots and pants, but otherwise we are all finished here and on to the glamour shots. As always, this video is brought to you by you and kept sponsorship free by my wonderful patrons. So a big shout out to them and a special shout out to my newest patrons, Caleb, Pacalon, Dustin, Kelly, Sphinx the Minx, Quaker Oats, The Renaissance, Joyless Burrito, Bob Bray, Kelly Fontecchio, Terrell Nath, Cedric Ryder, Cormione, Case 9, Shadowing Nightmares, Ione Robinson, Madison May, and Zion Find the Leg. You are the thick-bellied, bearded zombie that drags this body bag of a channel through the snow. If you want to see more of these sorts of videos, then seek professional help immediately. Otherwise, we'll see you next time. Cheers. Put your wing sockets. Now that I've added all the bits I need to build up the body, I can give it a final once-over with the texturizers to fix the too smooth back and arms, and I can move on to adding the extra bits. I've made the wings by baking some little textured lumps onto the ends of some wound wires which fit nicely into my pre-poked wing sockets, and I can work my way down her spine, poking holes that I can then fill with some dragon-appropriate spinal spikes. These then, of course, get blended into the back and textured accordingly. To make her horns, I'll stick some little wound wires into the pre-poked horn holes, then build up a couple layers of clay until I've got an appropriately thick horn that I can bend into whatever shape I think fits her face the best. Additionally, I thought her face was a bit too bland and boring, so I worked my way around adding little horns and spikes as I saw fit. Otherwise, with the spikes in place, it's time to make her wings. I am picturing her wings being almost fully extended, triumphantly exclaiming her escape, but I know that these prototype wings are going to be way too flimsy. So I'll remove the prototype wings and make new wings using a single piece of wire bent back on itself and twisted into a tight spiral with the help of my drill. Then it's just a case of twisting and untwisting the wires until I've got a couple appropriately wing-looking wire contraptions. Some final posing to get the final pose I was envisioning, and I can start to cover the wing fingers in clay. I want to just barely cover the wire in clay to keep the weight to a minimum, but I also want to give this next step something to stick to. To make the webbing between the wingers, I've rolled out an extra thin, extra long sheet of clay pasta that I can then drape across the wing, cutting it to size so it fits between the wingers. I'll then repeat this step until I've built up the entire wing, at which point I can start to texturize the wings by pulling at the bottom to create some tears, as well as rolling various tools along the wings to create a less flat surface. Finally, some wing fingernails can be pressed into place wherever they need to be, and a last quick bit of scaly texture with my scale rollers, and that's one lovely, large half-dragon ready Before I paint Jean, though, I'm going to chop away a bit of her bottom section because when I build the portal, I want her to be sitting in the center of it rather than at the bottom. By removing a couple centimeters from her base, she should be able to sit with her hands on the blocks later.
Foil.
Now, as far as painting goes, I want to warn you that I did not have any idea what I was going to do, which is why I'm kind of all over the place. The Ender Dragon is traditionally black on black on black with a tiny bit of gray, but even for me, that's kind of boring. So once I base coated in black, I gave her whole body a couple of varying shades of purple dry brushing to bring out the detail in the scales before getting to work and graying all of her various spiky bits. I started with the gray base coat followed by a lighter gray wet blended into the tips for a lovely little spiky gradient. Finally, I followed all that up with another dry brushing in lighter gray to highlight the gnarly texture on the spikes. I wanted to lean into the ethereal purple glow, so I worked my way around her body, blasting a bright white ink into the various recesses in her plates and inside her mouth and around her nose and eyes before coming back with a light purple to add what I hoped would be a sort of glowy effect when it was added to all the white bits. It kind of worked around her mouth and eyes, but in the end there was just too much purple on her chest, so I ended up repainting it black anyways.
Okay.
Lesson learned, I'll stick with the black on the wings by giving the wingers a full black base coating, letting a little spray out onto the wings, since that will let me create a smooth dark gradient between the black and the purple that I want to paint the webbing with. However, once I finish that, I remembered that Jean's wingers are white, so I'll repaint the wingers white, letting a little spray out onto the wings, since that will let me create a smooth light gradient between the white and the purple that I want to paint the webbing with. I am, however, going to add that original dark purple back into the webbing, followed by straight up black in the center to create a light purple to pure black gradient. I'll then set my airbrush to the lowest setting and spit some white ink onto the webs, creating what I think is some pretty excellent celestial looking end of the world dragon wings.
Nice.
And with that, my dragon is all but done, which means it's time to make a portal. Fortunately, I know I need my blocks to be the same size as my sculpting block, so I'll split this little block of foam into perfectly sized little cubes.
Okay.
Which means Barbara's sculpting phase is finally finished. What she really needs now is a bit of color. Unfortunately for her, though, she's mostly white. Which means it's time for the airbrush. Painting white can be a bit of a ball ache, especially when you're trying to get into some of these hard-to-reach places, but the airbrush makes pretty quick work of it, and it should help me lay down a nice solid white layer on all the parts that I need to be a lighter color. Now, I think Babs' body is mostly a bone-like substance, but the white's a bit too white, so before I start adding the smaller details, I'll tint all the white with a sort of dirty sepia wash that's super thinned down. I only want to stain the white rather than paint the whole model beige. With the white in place and the sepia wash not even close to dry, I'll really highlight my impatience by starting to add all the red to the inside of each of the trypophobia traps, as well as basically any of the non-smooth surface details that are scattered all over Babs' body. I'll then follow that up with a darker red wash to add some shading to each of the reddened sections. This time I will set it aside to dry though, before returning with a bit of white on a sponge to clean up the overspill and soften the edges between the red and the white. Finally, for the final highlights, I'll tickle the tips of the larger red sections with a whitish red glaze before stippling some white over the larger white sections to add that final bit of stippling texture. Then it's on to the darker bits of Babs, starting with the chitinous plates that get a nearly black purple base coat followed by some lighter purple glazes around the edge to add a barely perceptible gradient. I'll then follow this up with an even lighter purple, aggressively dry brush towards the center of each plate before working my way towards an almost pinkish purple applied sparingly in the same manner and a final edge highlighting around the edge to add that final edge highlighting. I can then paint Babs' eyes with an initial yellow followed by some black around the edge to make the eyes a little more spooky, and I can base coat the teeth with black, then add some white glazes to bring the white back with a darker black around the base of the tooth. Finally, for a little color variation, and because I thought it might look nice, I added a tiny bit of sandy beige to the tips of her cranial ridges. Onto the arms, I'll give each of the blades a base coat in a deep dark red, then using my airbrush again, I'll create a soft gradient towards the tip with a much brighter blood red. I'll then take the brightest red I have and add some fine edge highlights around the edges of the blades to make them look a little less rounded. Those green glowy bits finally get that green glowy coloring by way of fluorescent green with a dark green edge highlight, and I can finally assemble Barbara's final, fully built, fully painted form. And I have to say she's looking pretty smart, but she is missing one thing. A big, goopy, gross, pointy tongue, which I made off camera because up until now I'd forgotten I had to make one. Otherwise, with that, Barbara is finally finished, so all that's left to do is make her something to stand on. I figured at this point the video is edging ever closer to that 20-minute mark and I'm getting really tired of talking, so I'm going to make a pretty basic base. Even better, I want that base to match the Space Marine base, so I'll build a blocky rocky outcropping out of some extra thick foam. Once I've got the basic base shape cut out, I can start to chop bits off until it's a haphazard geometric shape, at which point I can use everyone's favorite texturing tool, a couple of rocks. The idea is that it's sort of a war-torn cityscape, so we'll add some cracks in the top, then scatter some little bits of rubble around the base and stick some armature wire into the sides to act as exposed rebar before covering the rest of the base in some varying sizes of rock, sand, and little bits of leftover plaster. A quick spritz of isopropyl alcohol followed by a heavy dousing with watered-down PVA glue will lock everything in place, and once that's had a chance to dry, I can top coat it with a black paint and PVA glue mix, followed by a series of very heavy gray dry brushings of varying shades. The exposed rebar I'll paint with a couple coats of rusty-looking rust paint to make them look rusty, and I can finally fit Babs in place. She is, however, looking a little too clean, so to help her blend it a bit more and make it look like she's been up to no good, I'll use some black and gray pigment powder scattered around the top of the base and the bottoms of her legs. This should help to blend the two opposing shades in and make it look a little bit more like she's part of the scene. Finally, all that white is begging for a bit of gore, so I'll mix up some watery blood red wash and flick it haphazardly all over the top of the base and somewhat sparingly around Babs's body. I'm also going to make sure her swords are well saturated, and I'll add some blood spatters up her chest where some unfortunate guardsmen probably met their fate. Last but not least, I'll give her mouth and eyes a once-over with a high-gloss varnish to make them nice and goopy before deciding to do the same thing to all the red bits around her body. I don't know if they'd be goopy or not, but I think it helps to add some extra vibrancy to the otherwise kind of flat-looking coloring. All I need to do then is add some extra stringy, extra goopy, transparent glue around her tongue and mouth, and that's us done here and on to the glamour shots.
Jeez, that's good.
As always, a big old thank you to fine folk over on Patreon, and a special hey how are you to the newest of them, freshly baked baby, happy anniversary, future wifey Steph with proper north of the border shout out, Maddie Greenow, Jenny Kumar loves Carney Manos, Mana, Lord Gorbash, Harry Larry Ferry, Yosemite Samuel Beckett, Iceman 999, Y Guy, in memory of Fran Carr, Verena S, Lex Llama Love, Christopher Moser Jr., Alicia Jordan, Lore, X-Angel Snap, Sam Shanawolf, Red Eagle 15, Logan Brotato, Scoobarella, Isaiah, I love you so much, glad we started watching North of the Border together, Stephanie Kramer, L. Grady, Connor Gibbs, Brandon Mills, Caden Isaac Jacob, Astor's the Art Bastard, Choose Your Own Goop, Caleb Ratliff, Warden Rath made their name really long to waste your time. Have a good day, love you lots. I don't know what else to put here, so I'll just keep typing. Bye. Gyrate Eagle, Ethan Blanc, and what about the Bum Bum? You are the colorful layered chitinous plates that protect the soft, pale white underbody that is this channel. As always, you do you and you do what makes you happy.